everyone, my name is Vanvekyuu and today I'm gonna tell you why you should watch my content. So, first things first, I love to play games, and I play games that I like. Even though I don't have a lot of gameplay videos on my YouTube channel, or I haven't exactly streamed much, I still love to play video games. And my favorite games are Terraria, Stardew Valley, and Ultra Kill. You can probably tell by the games that I play on my channel. Also, I love to animate. And this year I made a total of 2 animation memes, which is definitely a progress from last year. And these are the animation memes that I have made. Be sure to check them out! I've also been on a quest to make a new model, and I had a ton of fun learning how to make it. And I absolutely love my new look! And I hope to try out more things like this in the future. Speaking about the future, here's some future plans for my channel. I hope to try out more things in the future and that my determination stays strong, and I'll do my part to make it stronger. So I have a few project ideas that I want to try out. So the first option is to try out game dev. So I tried it a little bit back 2 years ago. No, actually now it will be 3 years ago. But yeah, I thought of making just a dozen simple games surrounding a story that I have already. So that's the first option. The second option will be to make myself a rival, where I now have an opposite counterpart. Yeah. And also, there's also still the mini comics that I want to do. I think I last did them back in 2024. I haven't been doing them because of, real life. So for now, they're still on hold. Long hold. But I'm still gonna do it. I know I can. And now here we are with the most exciting section of today's video, the Q&A. Okay, so I have a list of questions that you guys have asked me in the post of the YouTube post and also some from Instagram. So yeah, I'm gonna be answering one of them one by one. One of them, all of them, one by one. So yeah, let's get started. What was the best game you streamed this year? Oh, so I didn't actually really stream a lot this year, but my answer is gonna be Ultra Kill. Because I feel that the Ultra Kill streams were more fun because I cannot use a gun to save my life. You are... Whoa! Whoa! Oh my gosh! Wow, they're really coming for me. Whew. This is the what? Yeah, and as for Terraria, I'm currently stuck at defeating Queen Slime. Update, I have already defeated Queen Slime in my last Terraria gameplay video. So yeah. Now we can move on to the next boss, which I think is the eyeballs. The 2 eyeballs. But yeah. And yeah, hopefully I can be more consistent in playing so that my skills will actually improve rather than stay stagnant. And yeah, the past few Terraria streams I've just been trying to defeat Queen Slime without being able to defeat her until now. But yeah, next question. If you're stuck in the back rooms, what item will you bring? Only 3. He's only 20 years old. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched the Backrooms movie or played any of the games, though I did watch some gameplay videos on it. So I'm not sure about what items there are in the Backrooms, but if I can open a portal to my house to bring in 3 items, I would take a negative screwdriver, a spanner, and a flashlight that powers up when you do an action. Yeah, like those kinds. Like this picture that I'm gonna show right here. Those kind of flashlights. Yeah, the one that I don't know if it requires a battery, but yeah, the one where that kind of flashlight. So yeah, I imagine the backrooms to mostly be man-made structures with things being held together by screws and bolts. So finding materials and additional routes around the backrooms can be done with a screwdriver and a spanner. And I say negative because, I guess if you go with a positive screwdriver, you won't be able to get the negative screws. But if you have a negative screwdriver, you can also most of the positive ones, you can also get it with a negative. So yeah, they'll be more helpful, right? And also I don't know, I feel like a lot of things uses more negative screws than positive. So yeah, negative screwdrivers are the way to go. And plus, for a spanner, the spanner can, double as a weapon because it's heavy and, made of metal. So blunt force can be applied to whatever entity that's coming after me. So yeah, it can double as a weapon and also, to unscrew bolts and stuff. Yep. And as for the hand-powered flashlight, it's obviously for light, especially in dark places. And, doesn't immediately need batteries. And yeah, since it'll be powered through kinetic energy. But I'm not exactly sure if it'll last long, but I think it'll be handy when it comes to entering the back rooms. Yeah, the last time I used those flashlights was when I was a kid. And yeah, I don't really see much people using those kind of flashlights anymore. Yeah. But yeah, those are the 3 items I'll probably bring into the back rooms. Hopefully I don't have to. Yeah, I better watch the movie soon. Next question. What inspires you to do VTubing? I'm honestly inspired by a lot of things on the internet. People creating things, indie animation, indie games, as well as YouTubers. To see things that created with love and passion is what drives me to want to create something on my own. One of my biggest inspiration would probably be Markiplier, especially with his recent movie Iron Lung. He's basically the personification of you can do it if you put your mind to it. Also, his videos are filled with such authenticity and genuine emotion, and it's really fun to just watch him play games and hear him give commentary on things. So yeah, that's one of my main inspirations. I'm honestly inspired by a lot of things, but I feel it could probably take another whole video if I went into detail. But yeah, essentially my dreams to one day have my own animated series is probably the catalyst of what got me into VTubing. The catalyst of how Vanvekyuu came to be. But yes, that's my answer. So keep creating, and I'll keep being inspired. So yeah, that's my answer for this question. Next question. Will you ever make videos where you just talk about stuff that happened to you that you believe is funny? If so, will you possibly include animation in said videos? Okay, I love this question because I actually had planned to have a mini-series where I talk about my life in school, back when I was in secondary school. Yeah, because, I feel that I peaked in high school. I peaked in secondary school. And, I want to immortalize some of my funny moments in small animations. Also, I watched YouTubers like ゚even, Am Vanvekyuu, and Sultan Sketches, and I really enjoyed them and thought of making my own. I made this trailer teaser thing for a mini-series that I wanted to make back in 2024, but I never continued making it because, work and stuff. But yeah, honestly, seeing this question, perhaps I shall reconsider working on it again. I used to think time was moving slowly when I was young, but here I am now with back pain and always tired. Gone were the days I could move around easily, back when I was full of life. This little book of thoughts I once wrote, will I find my old bubbly self? I'm super grateful that you want to know more about my life. So yeah, I'll make videos where I talk about stuff that happened to me. Yeah, I actually did make 1 or 2 videos about my life-ish. There's Vanvekyuu lately, where I talk about my first ever work trip, and also one where I attend CS50. There was actually supposed to be a video that was supposed to come out this year, where I talk about my first concert back in last year. But oh my gosh, I record the script already, but I still haven't made the video. Oh my gosh. But yeah, hopefully I'm able to complete it before the end of this year. So yeah, there's a few ideas for mini series, and yeah, hopefully I can, keep up my determination to execute them. Yeah. Well, I guess if you can count the comics, they're kind of like, practice for it. But also haven't like really did the comics. But yeah, we shall see, hopefully. So yeah, I would definitely want to make videos and to, talk about stuff that happened to me that I think is funny. And of course, it'll be animated. Maybe like minimal animation, not like those kind of really nice ones. But yeah. Next question. How is your goal of 100%ing a game within 5 years going? I don't know, man.
Where do I see myself in 5 years? So 5 years is the equivalent to 1,825 days, which is 43,800 hours. I hope to finish at least 100% in at least one game. It's just sad if I'm not able to finish one game during that time period. But other than that, in 5 years, I hope my mom will finally be proud of me, even though I'm not a doctor or a lawyer.
It's now 3 whole years already. And I don't think I've even covered like 10% of any of the games I'm playing right now. So, answering this question, my progress is minimal, and I doubt I would 100% any of the games I'm playing right now. Unless I play like a really short game with a few achievements. Would that count as cheating? Next question. Do you intend to collab with friends or other content creators? Yes, I do want to collab with friends and other content creators. Honestly, I still have like a small little fear because I've never collabed before, but I really want to. There were some creators who reached out before and asked to collab, and I mostly answered yes, but in the future. So yeah, I guess another keeping me from like collabing with other people is my lack of time, cause if you can see the activity on my channel, it's not a lot both last year and this year, and so I was worried that I would like have to cancel a planned collab stream because of work and stuff. So yeah, but I did contact a content creator who is like within my social circle, like in real life, to sort of test the waters of collab streaming. But of course, our schedules have yet to align, so yeah. Perhaps towards the end of this year, we shall be collab streaming, hopefully. We shall see. And hopefully this opens the door to more collabs. So yeah, I do want to collab with people, and I hope you look forward to it. I will look forward to it. So yeah, we shall try with like my friend over here, so yeah. Look forward to it. Next question. Do you have any idea of when you will finally exit the test stream era? Okay, so right now, the reason I don't consider myself a debut streamer and still in the test stream stage is mostly because of my in real life schedule and how I don't stream or make content often. I guess I say like VTubers that debut as people who do VTubing as like a full-time job and have a fixed and consistent schedule that they upkeep until they retire. Currently, I don't have enough time to do that, as I have a full-time job outside that eats into a lot of my awake hours. And I guess I don't really expect to become a full-time content creator, like have this as a full-time job. But I did give myself a personal goal to debut in my 5th year of becoming a VTuber, which would be in the year 2028, which is like 2 years away. But yeah, another option is when I manage to earn a sort of steady income from content creation, which is not limited to the YouTube channel. And I feel financially secure enough to make my full-time job more of a part-time job. So yeah, where I take on lesser jobs in real life and focus more on content creation. So yeah, one of these two options will be enough for me to start working on debut, and of course with it, I'll work on a more detailed model. So like it won't be this model, it's like still a little test model, not really like a fully fledged model. There are still like some like stuff to work on for this model. So yeah. So not just the model, and also my lore video. I have lore, you know that, right? Yeah, there's like some of it scattered like around the channel, mostly in animations, but yeah. So yes, looking at the time frame, I have 2 years to work on it. I do not want to be in the test stream stage forever. I would like to be a true debuted VTuber. And yeah, I look forward to that. I hope you look forward to that. And I shall be working my way to it. Don't you worry. Yes, I believe my determination is still strong and I still want to keep going. So yeah, hope you guys will continue to support me until then. Yep. Next question. What is the meaning and origin of the name Vanvekyuu? Oh my gosh, I'm getting the question. I wonder what you guys think on how I got Vanvekyuu. Comment down where do you think the name Vanvekyuu came from. I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have you guys commented? Okay, honestly, it's nothing special, but that's a little story, I guess. Back when I was in year 1 of Polytechnic, a friend of mine who we go to the same after-class activity invited me to play D&D with this group on Discord that he was a part of. I was like, sure, sounds interesting. And my knowledge of D&D was and is like really minimal. I just know that you say what action you do and you roll a dice that determines your success rate. So for D&D, you'll have to create a character and name it, right? So where else do you find a name other than the humble name generator? I pulled out the fantasy name generator, and at this time I had a first name in mind already, but it's really basic and doesn't really feel fantasy, So yeah, and out comes the last name, Vanvekyuu. ゚even Vanvekyuu was my D&D character who I forgot the role she plays in the D&D game. But yeah, long story short, I didn't last long in the D&D group because the meeting time was 6 in the morning and 17-year-old me doesn't want to wake up so early. So yeah. Also, I didn't know what to do during the sessions, so I mostly just copied whatever my friend was doing. For example, let's say it's his turn, and he say I'm gonna do a backflip, and he rolls, and then it's my turn. And then I'll be like, okay, I guess I shall do a backflip too then, because I didn't know what to do. And then I roll, so yeah, that was not... Yeah, my knowledge was really minimal, even until now, but yeah. But I'm still open to... I do want to find out how to properly play and join a group. Honestly, it sounds really interesting. It's just that at that point in time, I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, it was fun while it lasted. But alas, my sleepiness got the better of me. I think about the D&D group from time to time. Hopefully they are doing a really fun campaign right now. But yes, fast forward to when I'm coming up with the names for myself as a VTuber. As someone who can only come up with basic names like Keia, K-E-I-A, by the way. Vanvekyuu was by far a really nice choice to name a character from fantasy. So yeah, just swap out the Nim with Q, and there we have Vanvekyuu. I guess you can also say I got a Q from the letter Q, which is in my real name. And also, it sounds cute, right? Q, Vanvekyuu, Q. So yeah, there's actually no actual meaning behind Vanvekyuu. It's just a really nice sounding name, to me at least. So yeah. Did you guess correctly? Give yourself a pat on the shoulder. Guess wrongly? That's okay. You can hug yourself and lie down on the cool ground. And that's all the questions I have for today's video. I was really excited to answer your questions, as well as a little nervous that there won't be any questions. But oh my gosh, you guys gave me such cool questions, and I have a lot of fun answering them. So thank you so much for your support. And with all this, I hope that you will have me as your potential content creator. And for those of you who have been here all along, thank you for watching my videos, for chatting in my streams, for your lovely comments, and for being here. I hope to see you again next Moonlight. This has been Vanvekyuu, and thank you for 3 years.